Hello, welcome back to Funk Film Reviews, and this is Corey Funk. And now I'm on the year 2012. And what is my favorite film of the year 2012? Well, this is actually the third film that's directed by Quentin Tarantino. In '94, we got Pulp Fiction. In 2009, we got Inglourious Basterds. And now in 2012, we got the movie starring Jamie Foxx, Christoph Waltz, Samuel L. Jackson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kerry Washington, Walton Goggins, and this movie is called Django Unchained. And what it's basically about, it starts out with the beginning and all that. A bunch of slaves are going through, and then this bounty hunter who used to be a dentist, he had a thing on, and it's a Western too, and his name was Dr. King Schultz, and he finds out, he asks which one was Django and all that, and Jamie Foxx answers, and he basically kills off the slave owners, and he rescues Django. And he also teaches Django how to do bounty hunting and all that. Originally, get rid of three brothers that he calls the Brittle Brothers and all that, and ends up helping Django find the love of his life, Broomhilda, which is in the plantation, the Candyman, good old Calvin Candy's plantation, portrayed by Leonardo DiCaprio as Calvin Candy and Samuel Jackson as Stephen. And yeah, there's a lot of cameos in this movie too. Even Don Johnson's in this movie. He plays another plantation owner, but he goes to infiltrate Candyland and all that, and King Schultz pretend that Django's a slave and he's planning to buy one of the slaves, but actually he wants to rescue Broomhilda. That's the whole purpose of it the entire time. And this movie is has some really funny parts too, like the scene where he's where the clowns show and all that, and then they cut the holes in the eyes, and they do a joke. All they do is criticize. Like, we're not saying we don't appreciate it. And yeah, they're blinded because they can't see. They cut the holes in the hoods and all that, and they're having trouble seeing. That's like one of the funniest scenes in the entire movie. But yeah, Django Unchained and Quentin Tarantino with his razor wit dialogue and his blood put in the right spots, like the big gunfight near the end. And yes, I highly, highly, highly recommend Django Unchained. Also has and yes, it feels like a modern day spaghetti western, which Tarantino is good at, and it's just I highly and it won 2 Oscars. Christoph Waltz, who won the Oscar in 2009 for playing Hans Landa in Inglourious Basterds, the Jew hunter, wins a second Oscar, but this time playing a good guy who is not racist, and he helps Django rescue his one and only love, Broomhilda, who is portrayed by Kerry Washington. And Quentin Tarantino himself actually says that Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained is the most evil character he's ever made in his entire filmography. And it makes sense. He is not a redeeming character. And Stephen, who plays the self-hating black guy there, who helps Calvin Candy, he's another irredeemable character. But Django Unchained, it's a one-of-a-kind movie. I do recommend it. There is some language. I will let people know that there is some language. But all in all, Tarantino hits out of the park. It also won Tarantino his second screenwriting Oscar for Django Unchained, where the first one he won was in 1994, which was Pulp Fiction, which is my all-time favorite movie. Quentin Tarantino, there's a reason why I now have 3 movies of his on my tops of the year, and there's still one more. He has 2 more movies that haven't come out yet, but there's still one more on my top of the list. You'll find out. Like the other ones, I love every one of his movies, even though Reservoir Dogs didn't make my favorite of the year, or The Kill Bills didn't make my favorite of the year, or Jackie Brown. All of them are amazing films. There's a reason why Quentin Tarantino is my all-time favorite director. And yeah, Jamie Foxx also knocks. There's not a bad performance in this film at all. Like Jamie Foxx also knocks it out of the park as Django, and he goes to, like he says, he rescuing Broomhilda, and he pretends he hates his own kind as well to infiltrate Calvin Candy in Candyland, which is the plantation that Leonardo DiCaprio runs. And there's a scene too where Calvin Candy finds out and he smashes his skull and he accidentally cuts his hand and he just goes with it. But like, yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio actually injured himself during this scene. And I do kind of wish that they would have given him an Oscar nomination too, because I understand why Christoph Waltz was nominated. For some people be like, oh, but he's a co-lead. I'm like, no, Django's the lead. He's in the second most, but Django is the lead. It's called Django Unchained. Christoph Waltz doesn't actually survive the entire movie, so I will call Jamie Foxx the only lead, where he's kind of a sidekick character, but he is the lead of that film. But anyway, Django Unchained is a double gold. Yes, it gets my highest rating. Of course it does. It was the best of that year. A double gold film. Best of 2012. Django Unchained. Thank you very much. This is Corey Funk for Funk Film Reviews.